Raven?
There you
Good evening, everyone. I am the Baptist. In-game name is Santiago Magno. And I've gathered you all here because we are opening chapter number 2 of the RHS right here in Astoria.
Wow.
And I have the privilege of leading this chapter for the very first time in Astorian history. So, what is the RHS? The RHS stands for the Ronan Haagenson Society. And to truly answer that question, that would take days, perhaps multiple meetings. But in these next few moments, allow me to give you a glimpse into who we are and what we stand for. The Ronan Haagenson Society was founded in Rinje on March 22nd, 2025, under the laws of Ishanor as a non-profit educational organization. But our purpose reaches far beyond any charter or statute. We are the guardians of a flame of spirit, honor, and truth that burns within every free soul of Astoria. From the beginning, we have gathered men and women of conscience, bound not by blood or creed, but by a shared devotion to what is right. We welcome all, of every race, every faith, and every background, who believe that dignity is sacred and that truth must never be silenced, and that the individual spirit must never bow before the collective machine. We are united not by uniformity, but by purpose. We may differ in our beliefs, yet we march together under one banner, the defense of human freedom and the soul of Astoria itself. So we have joined together for three great purposes. One, to resist the encroaching darkness that seeks to strip our people of purpose, will, and identity. Number two, to awaken our fellow citizens, calling them to rise above the apathy and fear that Xeroism feeds upon, and to reclaim the pride and discipline that once defined our nation. It is for the whole of Astoria, a nation strong in spirit, noble in heart, and unbreakable in unity. A culture that values strength through character, freedom through truth, and peace through conviction. It was the inevitable that we would stand opposed to Xeroism. For where they demand submission, we demand purpose. Where they promise equality through control, we promise strength through courage. Where they preach obedience to the system, we proclaim loyalty to principle and to one another. Our mission is clear: to slow, to stop, and to defeat the Xeroist machine before it consumes all that makes Astoria alive. For theirs is a creed of shadows, and shadows vanish in the light. So we will take up that light, because we will speak truth where lies are comfortable, and we will stand tall where others kneel. We will remind Astoria that greatness is not inherited. It is built through courage, sacrifice, and the fire of conviction. Because when truth is spoken boldly, oppression falters. When the people of Astoria stand together, no tyranny can endure. And when the spirit of freedom burns bright, no darkness can prevail. So, I present to you the Ronan Haagenson Society, the heart, the conscience, and the will of a people who refuse to be broken. And we will not rest until Astoria stands free, proud, and united once again. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my introduction to the Ronan Haagenson Society. And next up, I would like to present the founder of the organization, Raptor.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. My in-game name is Raptor Pilot, but my lore name is Ronan Haagenson, funny enough. Look, I wasn't pretentious or anything and named it after myself. It was the other founding members who named it after me. I'm not that type of guy. But I just gotta start off. Beautiful speech by Baptista. I had not read it yet. I have not seen it. That's the first time I heard it. I think it was pretty good. Don't y'all think? I think that was pretty solid. But I think I dropped some hoof. Fuck it, doesn't matter. I think I'll start off saying congratulations, being the first official chapter of the Ronan Haagenson Society outside of headquarters. This is a monumentous education. This chapter will have the unique ability to set many precedents and procedures for future chapters, as well as shape how the RHS operates in the relations to its chapters. Because the chapters work on a very federalist system. And those that sit here today have the opportunity to realize how that will work. The creation of this chapter allows a place for historians to talk of the expanding physical enslavement of our world today, and when it's done, what is to be done to fix this problem. But I will remind you, I don't mean to be rude, that this chapter is not just for your fellow historians, but also a place for the citizens of any surrounding nation, a place for them to learn, a place for them to see the blight of this Xeroist conspiracy, and to prevail upon them the dangers of its deceitful words. Those of you that now stand, or in this case, sitting down, before me in this room have taken a stance. Even if you haven't realized it yet, you've taken it upon yourself to act, to be a patriot and fight for what you believe in is right, to fight against the rapid expansion of Xeroism and its destructive nature, to educate the common man of the threats that loom in the dark, to uphold the values of free market, and to bring about institutions that represent you. Our fight against Xeroism is a crusade, a justified crusade to protect the uninformed, defend representative and capitalist civilization, as well as the greater world. We do not wish nor try to coerce people to join us like the Xeroists, but we simply wish to educate and turn people away from the trap that seeks to swallow them. The Xeroist threat has priority as the danger to face. Our purpose is to promote less government, more responsibility, and a better world. It is our short-range purpose, our long-range purpose, and our lasting purpose. That says it all, I think. Simple, understandable, and all-inclusive as to the goals for which we should strive. But even with that in mind, I do expect great things from this chapter, and of its members, led by a competent man whom I trust fully. I believe it is in great hands, and I should not forget this chapter's assistants, who I say is a talented individual that truly wants the best for his fellow countrymen and the world. I cannot wait to see what this chapter accomplishes in its bright future. Thank you for your time. That is all. Mine is very short, very sweet, never very sweet and simple. Up next is the chapter's assistant, Wipe to Crush.
Alrighty. You guys can't hear me, right?
Yes.
Cool. Well, good afternoon, my fellow historians and you foreigners. Over the past few months, I have watched the plague of Xeroism and its various forms spread across Abexilus. From civil wars to the toppling of governments, this plague marches on, uncaring of who it crushes under its boot. No threat, however, is quite as relevant to our small nation as that of Netzlism, which is in-game democratic socialism. While the Netzlists make grand promises of a democratic workers' utopia, I can assure you that theirs is an ideology that must be stamped out before it ever takes root in a nation, lest it destroy it. Back in April of this year, when I was a wee common councillor, I was building in New Helos when I was approached by a person distributing books. I was given one of these books, entitled Netzlist Guide. In it, our dear friends in Lernaskova detailed their plans for how to spread their ideology, which they describe as a democratic form of Xeroism. Netzlism attempts to propagandize itself to the members of other nations to either incite revolution or the spreading of their ideology amongst the voting population. Once they have control over a government, either through democratic means or not so democratic means, they move quickly. And what do they mean by that? Well, they say it themselves in their guide. They ban political parties that oppose them, all while saying, quote, should the workers feel that they are not being represented by the Netzlist cause, they may choose to abdicate it. So the Netzlists say that they give their people the choice to follow their ideology. Let's look at some examples of the choices that Netzlists give to their people. One in a nation that was once known as a Suvi Maris, and the other in Lernaskova. In the Suvi Maris, now known as the Netzlist Union of Kaffenpay, the people have just 3 political parties which they can vote for. The Reformists, who are self-described socialists, the Principalists, who are Netzlists, and the Radicalists, who are Xeroists. Those are the only choices you get in a nation whose ideology claims you can vote them out of power. Likewise, in Lirnaskova, there's only 4 political parties you can vote for, which all favor some form of Netzlism. I asked in the Lirnaskova Discord whether you can form a new political party, to which their speaker, who described their role as kind of like the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, they told me that you could form a new political party, but it can't be capitalist, which means you can't actually vote out socialism. And this circles back to my main point. In the Suvi Maris and Lirnaskova's predecessor state Kalaveria, Netzilist ideology took root and resulted in the overthrowing of the old and the instatement of a Xeroist dictatorship that claims to be the will of the people. They tried to propagandize their ideology here in Astoria, and it was only stopped because they happened to give me their propaganda. The Netzlist threat is one that's alive and well, and it's just beyond our border. Stay vigilant, everyone. Dracos Belotono Astoria. And that's all I got. I mean, I don't know if I should get off the stage. There's no one else coming up.
Don't worry, I'll save you.
Okay, cool. Why
So,
do
gentlemen,
I have scaffolding? There we go.
Thank you for your time in order to listen to our opening speech. This is our very first meeting within this charter, within this chapter, and further on, we will be having meetings. I know that the sign says every Tuesday at 7 p.m. More realistically, we might have a meeting every 2 weeks on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. Because I know everyone else has other obligations.